Well, y'all, yesterday I was in quite a bit of pain after what I did in the kitchen, so please forgive me for not posting anything. I needed to rest after I was done. It's been a while since I've done like what I did yesterday, okay? I don't usually just full out like conquer the kitchen, but yesterday I wanted to. So I got dressed into my, cleaning clothes. And then I looked around to see what to start on first. And so I started on the counters, of course. That's what I usually do. And then I did dishes. And after I was done doing the dishes is when I started feeling like chest and back pain. So I knew it was time for me to like just not do anything. And so I went and I sat down and I didn't do anything for the rest of the day. I rested so that I'd be able to move today, you know what I mean? It was a rough day. I had a migraine after. My leg muscle in my left leg was super tense, so it was in a lot of pain. But it's okay. I felt good that I finally got to do more than just the counters. Because for a few days, all I did was the counters. Tidying up, wiping down. And that's it. So yesterday was like a blessing. Even with the pain, it was a blessing. I had to go really slow, if you can't tell, because I didn't want to burn out and hurt myself. I've been learning to be wise with my energy. And I think the Lord is teaching me different ways of being patient. There's more than just one way of being patient, For instance, it's not just about waiting. It's about also having the discernment to know when and where and how, which is another aspect of patience. For instance, how much to do, when to stop, and being okay with that. I'm in pain in my stomach, that's why I'm holding my gut. And that's another reason why I was doing things very slow. I was in pain. But even though I was in pain, I still try to do what I need to do. Slowly, patiently, I do it. And I do take breaks. You guys probably don't see those because I chop them out, but I take breaks. And then I get up and I start again. Also, yesterday, I had such a great inspiration for the whole house, the cottage version of the house. And so while I was like doing the dishes, I was picturing the places where I was going to place things to make it look more like a cottage. Which made me smile while I was doing the dishes. You know what I mean? I'm going to get really nice little cottage pictures and everything for the walls. And like little planters to go on the side of the walls in places. Wouldn't that be cute? It's going to be adorable. The house is going to look like a little cottage. So excited about that. I think it'll be a huge blessing because I know that the Lord wants me to delight in my work, and so a little bit of decorating here and there and making it a home would definitely help with that. And I'm going to do it very inexpensive because I don't like to spend too much money, as you guys know. And whatever I can make at home, I'll make at home. I might make my own little placemats at home. I don't know. Although the boys do have their plastic ones, but it's starting to fade. So I might have to get new ones. And more cottage ones. Maybe I can get cloth ones that can go in the washing machine. You know? I'm starting to think about things again. My little prayer sanctuary is perfect. I don't need to do anything in that area except maybe tidy it up a little bit because I've been putting things there and getting a little cluttered. So I'll probably just, move some of that stuff. And then I'll have the boys clean the table. And then I'll have to pick a nice tablecloth for that side of the table. Perhaps I'll do one of my new ones that I just bought. Yeah. And then after I put the tablecloth on, the placemats, I'm gonna have I'm gonna try to have garlands hanging down from above the square lights, so it's a little more cottagey. And same with around the whiteboards. I'm going to do vines probably, so that it's not so bushy but still green. And maybe I'll do like a little planter there as well, just for some greenery. And then the nook area, I wanted to do something amazing with the nook area, so I wanted to clean it completely out, even with the reusable bags. We're going to relocate those by the door, probably at the mudroom. I'm going to have a little area, I'm going to make a mesh bag, and we're going to stuff them into the mesh bag, and then it'll hang onto the wall, okay? That's purposeful, good idea. And then I was going to get a nice lace curtain and drape it down, right? And then it'll be able to open, and then when you open it, there will be shelves inside with everything for my Etsy. All of it. Very nicely, neatly organized and placed. And of course I'll have greenery in there. And around the top where the curtain will be, there will be a garland. Oh, it'll be so nice and beautiful. And then, after I'm done that, I'm going to reorganize the whole entire kitchen. I want to put some greenery up on top of the fridge, like little plants. And then the fridge itself isn't exactly magnetic, so I might have to do stickers maybe on the fridge so that I can make it a little more cottagey. You know what I mean? Stickers. I can get those pretty little sticker things from the dollar store, the fabric ones, like flowers and little bees and things like that, and I can decorate the whole entire fridge with those. Mostly I just want to make a border, a cottagey border. And then I'll have a tea towel hanging from the bottom of the fridge handle. And then the counters, that's next. They're pretty cluttered with all my teas and things. So I want to organize my teas into containers, stackable containers. That would be really nice.
I made the other cow part.
Oh yeah?
These are the first cow part.
Okay.
And there's the pizza part. And there's the cow part again. That was a good part.
That's so cool. Good job. Cow and pig rap battle. It's awesome. My kids are pretty talented. What was I talking about? Yes, the counters. So my teas have to be organized much better. I'm thinking I might be just putting the teas into the pantry in the containers. That way it'll clear up that space a little bit more. You know what I mean? And then I can have like a plant in there. And then I gotta figure out how to hang my picture. I might have to get like one of those really sticky adhesive hook things to hang up my picture. Then my picture will hang there finally, and then I'll have the heating pad, like they're the little like porcelain hot pot things. You put the stuff that comes out of the oven or hot pot on it after it comes off the stove. You know, those little pad things. Anyway, I'll be moving those probably into the corner where all the clutter of my tea is right now. I'll move those into the corner. I'm getting a new utensil container, much bigger, because the one that I have right now is not big enough and there's too many things, and I want to organize it a little bit better. Basically I just want to have like spatulas in there, flippers, scissors, spoons, you know, and then the other things like tongs and whatnot, I'm gonna get little hooks for them, and I'm gonna hang them up on the hooks in a way that looks really nice behind the stove, like, you know, where the stove area is. I'll have hooks and I'll hang those there so that they're neatly placed there and easy to grab, instead of cluttering up my whole entire utensil drawer. So then I'll clean the drawer out, of course, because the drawer is a mess. Organize that much better too. I'll also have a little tiny little jar thing for my measuring spoons that I use for weekly use, like for my French toast and pancakes. You know what I mean. Today we're going to be making banana bread. Hopefully. I have to check the bananas. If not, then I have to wait until tomorrow. But that's okay. The banana bread will be done. Either today or tomorrow. And then yeah, it's going to be fun. What I'm planning on doing. And it's definitely filled with love and prayer. As you guys know, I do everything with love and prayer. And I have to do the kitchen first because that's where I'm at the most. I'm mostly in the kitchen. So I have to do the kitchen first. And then I can move into the other parts. Like the dining room will be next. Then the living room. The kitchen and the nook first, though. And then the mud room, which is the front door. Then the stairs. Then our loft room. And then I think the last one will be the bathroom. Doesn't have to do too much in there, but I do want to put a garland around the mirror. So I might do that, the garland around the mirror. And maybe get some pictures to hang up in there. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe some organizational sectional things for the counter because the counter is quite cluttered. I want that a little more neat. There's not much counter space in the bathroom, so we gotta utilize what we have, you know? Maybe get like a container for all of my little hair products and whatnot, and then that'll be neatly placed on one side, and then I'll have the Q-tips inside of something rather than just sitting there like that. And then I'll have like the boys' toothbrushes and cups neatly placed somewhere. Mine and Donna Summer's is in a cup already, so I'll leave that alone. Yeah. I think that sounds like a beautiful plan. Oh, it's gonna be so nice when I'm done. Sorry, I'm just daydreaming again. I do that a lot. Okay, so morning prayers. I gotta get on my morning prayers, and then I gotta get dressed and take my dose of Prozac. See how my leg's feeling today. And then tidy the kitchen slowly. Today I'm doing it very slowly. I am not going to be doing it like quickly. There will be lots of breaks. And then lunches. And then check the bananas. And then pray over Donna Summer's lunch for tomorrow. Write a blessing for him to put inside of his lunch. And then I'll probably say the rosary like I did yesterday. Oh, today is Friday, right? The oils are ready. Ooh, I'm gonna take one of the rollers and I'm gonna test it to see how it smells after steeping for the last week. So I'm gonna check it out. When I made them, it was such a nice, lovely, subtle smell because of the olive oil. It's not like a super like overpowering smell, which is nice. I like the subtle. I don't really like the overpowering because it'll give me a headache, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna check out to see how well it turned out after steeping for a whole week. And one's gonna be mine, and then I'm selling the other 9 next week. Next Friday. They'll be up on the Etsy shop. And don't forget to get your copy of Volume 1, y'all, because Volume 2 and 3 is coming out next Friday. And you're going to need to be done at least Volume 1 to get Volume 2 and 3. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense, you know what I mean? But these are important, okay? Each one of these pillars is important. And each badge that you put on your wall is going to be a symbol of your devotion to Jesus. Okay? It's a symbol of your devotion to Jesus. Each badge at the end of the volumes, you'll be collecting. And I'm going to be hanging mine on the wall up here. I might frame them. If I'm being honest, I might just frame them. My badges. And make a pretty little decorated wall up here with the badges of the 12 pillars. It's gonna be beautiful, y'all. Beautiful. I wonder if there's a frame big enough for my 12 pillars mission statement. I'll have to do the measurements of how big it is and see if there's a frame big enough for such a thing. If not, it's fine. I can just keep printing them. If it fades, I'll print another one. How exciting. Everything is starting to come together just beautifully. This is all the Lord's doing, you know. He orchestrated all of this beautiful creativity. He's birthing something out of me. It's going to be beautiful. Something only the Lord could do. You know what I mean? I couldn't do this without the Lord. How could I ever be so inspired if it wasn't the love for the Lord that inspired me to do it? You know what I mean? All that I do is an inspiration of how much I love the Lord and how much I want to glorify Him. So it just pours out in creativity, in beauty, in service, of course, because I love to serve. I love to serve, especially down the summer. Alright, y'all. I will catch you in the next one. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I'm very sorry for not posting yesterday, but as I said, right after I was done doing the dishes, at this point I was sitting because I was in so much pain. So I pray that everybody has a wonderful day. I love you all. And I will see you in the next video. And I'll see you very shortly. Later for now.